We're finally here.
Whoa! Where'd that Torii gate come from?
It's getting worse. This is a place I once sealed off with my own hands. The entrance to Raiden Makoto's realm of consciousness. It looks like she...
Huh? What are you talking about? And who is she?
Follow me.
Where are we go? Whoa. This place... Look, it's another A!
We meet again, traveler. This body is an assistant to the one within, but it is also the guardian of the rule. Should the one within wish to stray from the rules, this body shall stand in her way.
Wait! Paimon knows that voice! Is that...
You have wandered the realm in my body, and you appear to have grasped the true essence of eternity. You believe your present self has greater certainty than your former self. Thus, you believe... But have you really been enlightened with new ideas? I'm here to show you my answer. We are both warriors, and the dialogue we must now have shall be conducted...
wait!
The discomfort I was experiencing earlier was caused by the shogun rejecting my continued use of her body, as she indicates. Once I started entertaining the idea of change, but inside a realm of consciousness, I exist independently of her. Though she is a puppet, the shogun has her own consciousness too. When necessary, she appears here to confront me.
Hey, showdown with the shogun?
The rules I set for the shogun are... No, I would not try to change her if it wasn't...
Isn't there any other way? Can't you talk it through or something? But they both...
My form is a symbol of supreme majesty, in which has been vested power over all the realm. It inherits A's. Every action undertake determination. Only rules shall remain Those were my thoughts when... Now, they are... You wish to make yourself my... I am your past, the everlasting law, the guardian of eternity. And I am she who promised a dream to her subjects. Raiden A. In the end, even the proud and mighty Oni maiden was cut down and disgraced. Though your blade has been cleansed of her blood and filth, never shall it shine as brightly as it once did. Illusion shattered! Evasion is futile. Absurd! Shine down! Inferior! Inazuma shines eternal! The teaching of sakura blossoms that once filled the skies fell to the ground as pitch-black rain. As long as the ley lines flow, the relentless erosion of time will never stop.
She's completely recovered?
Shine down! Your verdict is decided. You shall perish. This world, a fleeting shadow. Weak. Be gone! There is no escape! Be gone! Shine down! Torn to oblivion! Your verdict is the divine lightning that envelops all of Inazuma will fade silently into the clouds. There shall never be another. Never. For the rest of time. escape! Erase all threats. Inazuma shines eternal! Euthymia crumbles before...
Have you finally defeated her?
It appears your martial prowess has not dulled. But how long can your will remain strong?
How the heck?
In this realm of consciousness, her existence is tenacious and she was built to resist erosion. Her will is stronger than any other living beings, including you and me.
Then, does that mean this is gonna be a never-ending battle?
Maybe. But I have to prove to her that my present will is no product of erosion. If I don't do this, the Shogun's rules can never... This is my duty. No matter how long this battle may last, months, years, centuries, and no matter how many times 500 years ago, humanity proved their strength in battle. Here in the present, they rely on their ambition to challenge wayward practices, tear them out like the It is about time that I learn. I understand that. But if the dreams of which Makoto spoke are true eternity, a short moment for which the Shogun does not exist, I fight for the everlasting future of Inazuma. However long the battle may last, I vow to the subjects of Inazuma that I shall one day return. This during my absence. I place everything in Miko's hands.
But this means that...
Pass on my words.
Looks like we got kicked out. Oh, what do we do? Are we really just gonna leave A and the Shogun to keep on doing... She was making sense. And maybe this is the only way to change the Shogun's rules, but still... Right? What if she gets too obsessed with winning, and she forgets why she's there in the first place? It could happen. Yeah, we should help her out. Is there any way we can cut down how long she needs to spend in there? Or, you know, help her win the fight? Well, whatever. We can't let anything bad happen to A while she's in there. Oh, but we also can't... Okay, well, first things first. We gotta find a way back in. Oh, come on, brain juice. Don't feel Paimon now. Okay, maybe. Oh, you're right. Paimon, who knows if she really understands...
Off we go!
Someone's not in the best of moods. Let me guess. I hope you realize how lucky you are. If it was anyone else, I don't think I'd have the patience to keep greeting them with a smile after the first few times.
But you're always smiling.
That was a figure of speech. Do you understand? Nitpick.
Oh, yeah. Something really big's happened. It's A. She...
Oh, okay, I see. Impossible. You know as well as I do that she's always been, like, rushed into it without thinking. So you seem to be under the impression that I am able to offer some sort of help? Who gave you that
Is she playing dumb? She's doing this on purpose.
Uh-huh. You're learning, little one. But really, the truth of the matter is that I don't know much more about Raiden Makoto's realm of consciousness than you. All I know is that it's the foundation of the sacred Sakura. And from what I've heard, it's a little different from...
Because Raiden Makoto is no longer alive?
Not just because of that. The nature of the space itself is different in some way. Anyway, we needn't worry about the details too much. It'll just be a little difficult to... First things first. Now then, I always have my ways. It's just a question of how crafty I need to be. To the outsider, the realm of consciousness is a very... In other words, even though I can't pinpoint the exact spatial location of this realm, I can still send you to where A...
So, it's abstract, but it has a look.
Yes, no need to try and understand it. Let me put... Everything is turbulent. This is precisely why when entering the plane of euthymia, it's much safer.
What? Alright, well, Paimon's staying here then.
Suit yourself. Worst case scenario, all we stand to lose is A. So what's the...
Paimon's headed up to here!
Oh. Well, if you're quite sure, then of course... I say... Oh, nothing. It just seems extraordinarily... By the way, remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside. Only a strong enough will can prevent you from... Well then, the door's open. I'll stay outside and provide what stability I can. I'm placing my god in your capable hands. For my sake, and for Inazuma's, please. Bring her back.
Miko, you better know what you're doing!
That's enough chatter. Remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside. Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you to the right destination.
You have returned. But how were you able to get back in? And how come you have not changed at all in all these years? This is a duel to It is as if we have returned to the moment when the laws of eternity were first established. Over countless battles, not once have you lost, and never have you shown... Had I made all enemies of... For your firm... You bring honor to the title of... Now these two return once more to this space. Then, let this be our final duel. The conclusion to that which began 500... Final duel? Stand back, traveler. I'm going to be the start of something new. The time our duels took to fight was long enough to witness the rise and fall of nations. The energy they exchanged, great enough to vaporize the oceans and turn day into night. And the will they demanded, sufficient to penetrate minds and crush dreams. Yet, you have endured. I will endure forever. Shattered. There is no escape. This is... I believed you were incapable of transcending the past. But a will that cannot be eroded has no way to embrace the future. You need not worry about the future. And you aren't I know your power more than anyone else. Had I relied upon my strength alone, I would have lost this duel for sure. Yet, my reason for fighting redefined my... And whenever I think of this, I feel something stirring within Muso Ishin. The blade that I inherited from Makoto seems to be trying to guide me. I noticed it also. Just now in the heat of battle, it seemed to unleash a new and unfamiliar power. This power is beyond the limits of my... This blade belonged to Makoto. Perhaps it can only respond to me with its full power when I clasped Muso Ishin in my hands. I had the feeling that it was at once a familiar feeling and a strange one. You have my approval. Your present will is not the product of erosion. I shall no longer from this day forth. This body... I won't design any more rules that can never be changed. You used to represent my past, but from today, Makoto never saw me as a fearless weapon. You truly have changed. I suppose this is what humans call growth. I understand. I shall become your shadow, just as you were once Makoto's shadow. The duties I perform will not change, but as a warrior, I look forward to the chance to fight like... Do you say... It was simply a new experience for me. One that is worth reliving.
Have you finished fighting then?
Hello, A. And greetings, those who have come to bear witness. I am Raiden Makoto, the previous Electro Archon, who failed in my duties and left you... Makoto? I'm so happy. You've come so far. I always knew you would make it here in the end. I left a faint fragment of my will in Muso Ishin, so that in the moment that you unleashed its full power, I too would be released. A convoluted way to reach you, but... Well, you held such deeply entrenched views at the time that you wouldn't have listened to a word I said. There was no time to wait for you to have a change of heart. Please forgive me. All I could... But... Everything happened so suddenly. I've always felt terrible for having to entrust Inazuma to you all of a sudden. I should have been the one to impart these ideas to you, a little at a time, to dissuade you from your pursuit of... Did you know what was about to happen in Conria? I had some sense of it. That place was not somewhere that any Archon could afford to ignore. In my present form, I can no longer perceive time. I don't know how long we have been separated before this reunion. And I don't know what, but I know that this must have been an extremely arduous journey for you. Don't look down on me. It was with this possibility in mind that I'll... Here, take it. Before my last shred, but it is you who must take the most important step.
The light turned into a seed?
The miracle tree that blesses the people, in this moment new to the world and yet to be known. When to plant it, where it shall bloom. She who brings it into being must let her heart and dreams decide. Grant it life, eh? Is it really? Eternity extends time into infinity. Dreams illuminate each moment within. When both shine in unison, the sacred Sakura blooms from the darkness, finally free from the clutches of the heavenly principles. Now the nightmare has dissipated, and reality is made whole. The vision we both yearn for is still further ahead. My only regret is that I cannot witness Inazuma's future, nor can I walk this journey with you. Do you know, A? I am so happy right now. because my final wish has now come true. Your polearm once protected me from countless calamities. For this, I've always felt indebted to you. Though I could never repay you in full, this sacred sakura will buy you some time until you are ready to awaken and embrace the new. What do you think? Did it do the trick? This time, it really is goodbye, eh? Goodbye, Makoto.
So the A of the present planted the sacred sakura in the realm of consciousness, and it took root in the Inazuma of the past. No matter what you make of it, it's quite incredible.
All of this is thanks to Makoto's power. Her understanding of eternity is a concept intimately connected with time. When you begin to touch on eternity,
A place where time is meaningless and cannot be understood with ordinary logic. So that was the turbulence I was sensing. Perhaps that is the reason why you were able to return precisely to this point in time. And yet, that sense of disorderliness has now
I don't fully understand yet. But
Well,
I know what you mean. Perhaps a higher power really was involved in all of this. But without the sacred sakura, Inazuma would like...
I know you've always perceived there was something special. You've tried in the past to prove to me that there's a connection between the sacred sakura and Makoto.
No. But I understand...
But don't you think that tree looked a lot different than how it does now?
The sacred sakura is within my purview at the shrine, so obviously I get to prune it exactly how I like.
Ugh. Now we see who's...
I'm joking. That tree has been through a lot since it first sprouted. We have the loving, and obviously it's fair to say that very little time passed between the moment... Traveler, if I'm guessing correctly, you were repeating your wishes to yourself in your mind, weren't? At that time, I could sense A's whereabouts, but I also sensed anomalies in the flow of time within that. Suffice to say, time added a whole new dimension to our search. Simply, fortunately, your will was strong enough that the turbulence carried you to the moment in the flow of turbulence may well have been influenced.
Does that mean it wasn't by chance that we ended up at the final duel? We were...
I thought that the flow of time was the same on the inside. My first thought was... But it turned out you too have my thanks. You have done...
How...
My body has fully recovered, and the Shogun's will no longer fights against me.
Always thrilled to hear you're in good health. After all, you saw Makoto in there, didn't...
I only heard her voice. I wouldn't say... I'll be fine. It brought a few things back. I have to say, this has reminded me once again just how brilliant Makoto was. She predicted all the ways in which Inazuma's future could unfold. She even factored my immaturity into her. It's all thanks to her that Inazuma lived to see this day. I just planted a seed.
Yeah, it was thanks to everything you did that you got to see her again.
Thank you.
Today, at long last, you and Inazuma finally emerge from the shadows cast by the events of Makoto and you are Inazuma's past and future.
It's rare to hear such comforting words from you. I graciously accept them.
Oh, come on. You only think it's rare because you never used to listen to a word I say.
Makoto said the exact same thing.
Great minds think alike, I wonder... Does that qualify me to, maybe, take the position of shogun for a couple of days? Actually, no. Forget that.
We will have to end the frivolities there. The shogun and I will closely review the Inazuma of today to find out where things currently stand. Then, after that, I will abolish the Sakoku decree.
Really?
I am no longer pursuing an eternity defined by stasis. In which case, there is no further need to. I don't doubt that many challenges lie ahead. I'm looking forward to. Of the Electro Archon. May the blossoms of the sacred Sakura